Alright, so today, my lovely wife Jessica. Okay, I'll wait till you're ready.
God or something.
Today, my lovely wife Jessica and I went down to Islamorada to spend a day with Forever Young Spearfishing Charters, and it was a blast. Spearfishing ended up being quite a challenge, hard to get used to, but I got to swim with some sharks and that, and check out the footage. Here it comes.
Port side, that's going to be where our life jackets are. So the orange gym buoy type, so you got the round hole for your head to go through, black strap to kind of round back, secured in place. If we need them, Luke or I will be passing them out, or if we're busy doing something and it feels like you need one, you can pop in there and grab it.
Sounds good.
Say mounted on the gunnel, just forward underneath the gunnel there. That's going to be an EPIRB, the electronic signaling device that if this went down, automatically deploys a signal to the Coast Guard. So we want to hold that with us, and it's going to tell them where to come pick us up.
Sounds good.
Over on the starboard side, the starboard hatch is going to be general odds and ends. Say we've got some throw lines, extra line, dive flag, stuff like that, defog. So Luke and I will be in and out of there, but not much stress for you guys. Underneath the helm, that forward seat lifts up. We're going to have coming back a big green suitcase. That's our emergency O2 kit. Don't got to worry much about that for free diving. We got a first aid kit that's a tan box on top of that green case. So you got just about everything we would need to patch you up in there. So, but if you need anything, let us know. And then we've got another little bag that has our vessel registration documentation, and then signaling devices, flares, air horns, stuff like that.
Sounds good.
Out of there, say back up top, we got the Garmin screens. Starboard's on GPS or charts. The port's on just our sounder, but we can change those as needed. The VHF radios are more important for safety stuff. The one on the port side is set to 16. Coast Guard monitors that 24/7. Say the one on the right side, the starboard side, is set to 71. That's our fishing or just ship-to-ship channel. But if you guys needed to make a call for any reason, you can hop on there. The mic is on the left side, works like a walkie-talkie. You push the button, call Coast Guard, Coast Guard, Coast Guard. This is Forever Young. And then the GPS coordinates are on the bottom right side of the screen. They typically show up on here as well. I might have to just clear that wall. But let them know where we're at, let them know what's going on. We should be in cell range all day as well, so you can always call 911, and same thing will work you through there. All right? Some more dry storage under the seat, and then drinks back here, and then this is going to be where we gear up and all that good stuff.
Sounds good. Can you give me guys' names again?
Yeah, Jeff.
Jeff.
I'm Luke.
And Luke. All right.
Right on. Okay, any questions, comments, concerns on
Get out there, but kind of the first part of what we'll be doing is just getting comfortable in the water, and learning how to snorkel efficiently and just be relaxed in the environment, because that's kind of the main thing when it comes to spearfishing. It's not shooting the fish is the easy part. Most people can figure out how to shoot one, especially if they've shot stuff before. But the getting down to them and being calm enough in the water,
but a lot of people can panic.
Fish away.
Yeah.
That's what.
And so you can hold your breath longer.
Yeah, holding your breath longer, and really the main thing is just not making a ton of noise on the surface and getting down there smoothly.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if you make a ton of noise while you're trying to kick down, the fish are all going to scatter, and then the one that you're looking at before you made your dive.
So you're not wearing like a snorkel thing? You're just going.
No, you are.
Oh.
Yeah, you are. So you'll have your mask and snorkel on, and then your fins on. But I guess what I'm talking about is just more like the technique of making your dive.
Yep.
So I'll show you. It's easier to show you than it is to tell you. But basically, you're gonna kind of like bend over, tuck your knees, and pull yourself down, and that's gonna help you just drop through the water without, having to kick and splash a bunch. If that makes sense. But once you see it, it'll be a lot clearer.
Being a complete rookie to freediving, the first half of our excursion was spent doing some training and learning how to actually do the diving, how to breathe, keep yourself calm, which turned out to be quite the task. So, how far out are we going?
So we're going to be about 3.5, 4 miles offshore, 6 miles from the headwind or so. But it's because in the upper keys, you have to be 3 miles out to be able to spear.
Yep.
You have to make your way out to Forever waters. In the mid keys, about mile marker 55, long key is kind of the cutoff. But at that point, you only need to be 300 feet from shore.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of changes, you know, how you need to be or where you need to be. But in regards to finding fish of size or to increase your chances, you want to be in that 3 miles or so. You want to be in a little bit deeper water or near the deeper water to make that happen.
Be able to find it. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So how about sharks?
How about sharks?
You gonna see some sharks?
So always an opportunity to see some sharks. Our most common shark that we'll be seeing down here is the nurse shark, and then the bull shark. So nurse sharks are a little bit less threatening, but truthfully they're more aggressive than any of the shark I've bumped into because they're brave. See, most folks don't do anything to deter them. So I've had sharks come up and nurse sharks try and take fish right off my stringer.
Oh,
so they're
yeah.
hanging out my head. For bull sharks, when they're starting to come in, they'll kind of circle a little bit more. They'll kind of give that aggressive behavior. And when you're in the water as a spear fisherman, you can use your gun to deter them a bit. So if they're coming close, you can, use the spear tip to poke them away. Yep. Save. And that's going to be that negative interaction that makes them a little bit more wary of divers or free divers. So it seems anyways. Where nurse sharks, they just don't seem to care. They come in, they'll try and bully you for your fish, but they don't have all those, big nasty teeth like other ones do.
Yeah, yeah.
So they kind of don't intimidate as much, but you'll see some around. Through the winter time, we have the hammerhead aggregate that passes through. So we're hitting that season where the likelihood to see some of the hammerheads is up. So that's always kind of a cool one, and they're curious, but they usually give you space. So I've never had them come in and feel any sort of threatening, to me. So they pass by, they look at you, but they kind of keep moving.
Yeah. All right. There's a lot that goes into being successful, or at least trying to be. You have to be able to keep yourself calm and breathe normal so that you don't waste energy. And when you hold your breath and dive, there's technique to the dive. When you get under, you can't kick too much because otherwise you're not going to be able to hold your breath as long. And there's other little details all along the whole process that help you to dive deeper, hold your breath longer, not scare away the fish. There were just so many parts to learn. It was really something. Coming up on our first spot, we'll do a little bit of free diving lessons and get it started. What kind of species do you think we're going to get the most opportunities at today?
So what we'll be looking for a lot today are going to be yellowtail snapper, mangrove snapper, and then mutton snapper, kind of inside on some of these patch reefs. Every now and then, through the winter season, you'll get those pelagics coming around, some of the mackerels or some of the jacks. Yellow jacks wander their way in, but that's going to be, a little bit less likely, so we'll be keeping an eye out for those snappers.
Sounds good. Wait. That's what Luke's here for. He's good. He showed it and they opened it out of the box. I'm like,
Cool. All right. Rock and roll.
I'm kind of just guessing on weight here, guys. So you have to to let us know how it feels.
You can take the belt off in between if you want. But you can.
Trying to feel that when my foot was below the surface.
Right.
I can tell when I'm feeling that wasted energy.
Right. Yeah, we're throwing a ton of info at you guys, but this isn't really a freediving course. If you're like into it.
It's hard not to get overwhelmed, but focusing on the basics and just keeping at it definitely helps. Now I thought I was pretty cool when beforehand I bought my own spear gun and brought it along to use. It turns out it was a little more advanced of a model than I was ready for. Yeah, so I ended up using their spear gun.
If you want to try this one, you can. I would recommend one of those guys, just because you're going to have a little bit more, well, you're going to have a lot of range with this. You're going to have room to use spear. It's not connected to anything. This is a free shaft setup, so this would work pretty well in like shallow. The reel is nice because if you shoot a fish and it goes into a hole or it takes off swimming, you can just come up and it'll start spooling out that line, just like it would on a rod. And then when you get to the surface, you can catch your breath and start fighting it from the surface. Spear shaft, that's your max range on the gun, which is pretty far. Now if you shoot half that distance, that's ideal. So where I am to Jeff, that's the ideal shot. Obviously, if you can get closer, but if I had a fish where he is, I would not hesitate to shoot. Okay. Sound good?
Yeah.
Alright, so.
In order to keep the fish nearer to the surface, they used a net full of chum to entice them to come close and stay in the area.
General rule of thumb is if it's pretty, don't shoot it.
Okay.
It's looking pretty.
Most of the really pretty species, including a lot of the parrotfish that we saw, were species that we couldn't harvest.
I think just rock with that one now. What I'll do is we'll just have it loaded and kind of be there to point out and then reload for you.
And unfortunately, I couldn't shoot the pelicans either. Those bright blue fish are the parrotfish, and a lot of those little ones mostly are small yellowtail. We saw them constantly. Getting close to these guys wasn't always an easy task.
Big school yellow jackets that ran by, they're like this big. They're going to be up in the water column. If they come by again, just shoot. Good shot. You're like getting shot.
Yeah. Also, I saw that one and I was like, I'm going for it. I wasn't waiting. To my surprise, I'd actually hit the first fish that I shot at. Unfortunately, it wasn't a solid shot and he wiggled right off the spear. And then as we went along, it was followed by quite a series of missed shots as well. That was stupid.
You got a couple shots off here?
Yeah. Well, I hit the first one,
Okay.
but it came right off.
Yeah, if that flopper doesn't get to engage, that'll happen.
That'll help. Those reefs are pretty far down, about 40 to 45 feet at sometimes, and but I didn't stop trying to get there. First blood was a nice little mangrove snapper. I was pretty proud of myself. For a second, I thought that was the wrong species. I was like, oh shit.
Is that the same kind?
Oh, that's a mangrove snapper.
But I still had some missing to do. Second blood was an amberjack. I was pretty proud of myself on this one. I chased him down to the deep, at around 20 feet or so, but it was definitely deeper than I shot the first one. Hell yeah! He's got a fish in his mouth.
What is that?
Amberjack of sorts. They gonna do a quick double check between lesser and greater.
I even tried swimming down to get a real close look at a nurse shark, but he was moving a little faster than I expected, and I had to breathe. If you heard that noise, that was the sound of me getting yelled at because I almost did a big no-no. The fish that I got really close to and almost had a perfect shot at was a species of grouper that had just gone out of season 2 days ago. But luckily, he got to live. And I had one less fish, I guess. Last little mangrove snapper. And a nice amberjack. So, gonna flay them up and eat them. What you think, honey? Good fun? Captain Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it to it. Pretty good. Did more missing than I did hitting, but these boys got me on the fish. All in all, it's a good day. I will definitely be coming out spearfishing again. This day was awesome. Next time, I'm going to shoot more fish, and we're going to do better with the camera. With a broken headband strap, I was trying to hold on to the camera a lot of the time when I was filming, so we didn't always get the greatest footage, and I didn't get good kill shots. But next time, there's going to be a lot more fish. I'm going to go to a free diving course, and you're going to see a lot more of the action. But let's see what these fish look like.
Goon.
Iguana. I was still dying to use my new spear gun though, so when we got back to the marina, I was trying so hard to find an iguana. That would have been gnarly. And those guys in the background there, they're always hanging out around the marina here waiting for handouts. There you got it. Swallow it. You got any more? Still holding.
Jeez.
Who you are? What's your favorite way to cook one of these guys?
I like these as fish tacos, either blackened or fried, but the meat is pretty firm and it's a good texture. Really, you can't go wrong with any way you do it, but these guys specifically, that's kind of how I always go.
Okay. What about the pelicans?
The pelicans,
You ever pelican tacos?
I have not pelican tacoed. Typically, I do a roast in the oven for like 3 hours, low temp.
Wait for real?
With a cold
No.
beer?
Oh.
Not for that.
No, we're kidding. How about the mangrove snapper?
Mangrove snapper is a pretty kind of diverse fish. You can eat it however you like your fish normally. I know some people that like it raw. Other people, blackened. Some people lightly salted and peppered and whatever. But that's one of those meats that you can't go wrong with no matter how you do it.
They make good ceviche?
They do make good ceviche.
Maybe that's all I'll do with them today. I did that once when I went to Mexico with some buddies last year.
Yeah.
It was my first time trying it, and it turned out amazing.
That'd be a good
I was pretty surprised.
Yeah. That'd be a good option, just because you have only the one of them. And you'll get some decent fillets, but it won't be enough to fill you up, so if you spread that out over some ceviche. Perfect.
All right, see if I remember all the pelicans' names. There's Jerry. That's Ted. It's Frederick. Bob.
Oh, Frederick's the egret. That's Frederick behind you.
Oh, hey.
No shit, that's what his name is. Yeah. We had some kids that came out with us and they named like all the.
He's like, I don't know about you, man.
And they named him Frederick. Can't remember what they named the pelicans, but the manatee is Steve.
Oh, yeah, the manatee. You said something about him.
We'll probably
Steve.
Come back around here and do it.
The scuba Steve? Or just Steve? All right. Gonna do this. And we got the ugly duckling on the end over here. Good times.
At one of these angles. Came out right here. Came through. Right up here. Typhoon's a good holding shot because you have all their ribs right here.
Yeah.
And then if you're a little bit high, you can still hit. It's a good solid bone. If you're a little back, obviously good bone. You got their face, which the gill plate is a good spot to shoot too.
Yeah.
It doesn't always. Yeah, it doesn't always stick if you hit them in the gill plate, but they die pretty quick. So as long as you can stay close to the fish. Yeah.
Now it was time to head back to the RV park and test out my ceviche making skills.
From like, hey, I can do free diving to like, okay, I can do some free diving.
All right, so one thing that I love making is ceviche. I decided to take that little mangrove snapper and I'm soaking in some lime juice, all chopped up, and that's gonna cook the fish. And I've got some cilantro, some cucumber, jalapeno, banana, onion, a banana shallot, and some tomatoes. I'm going to chop it all up, mix it together. When this is done, it's been in about 5 or 10 minutes. Going to give it another 5 or 10 at least. Mix it all together, a little bit of pepper and smoked sea salt, and see what we make of it. I'm excited. Now that we got it all seasoned, got it all cut up, we're going to mix the appropriate amount into the fish. I don't think I'm quite going to use all these vegetables because I don't want to overpower all the fish and not be able to find it. But we're going to use most of it. Mix it in, let it sit for a bit, see how it is. All right, give that a few minutes, gonna give it a try. All right, here we go. Let's load some of that onto a chip. I'm hungry. Oh, that's just sexual. Here we go. Oh my god, yeah. All in all, I will be going spearfishing again. Next time I'm going to kill more fish. But, great time. Won't forget this. This was a good day. Have a good one, folks. But just to let you know, if you don't like and subscribe, I am personally going to come to your house and I'm going to release carpenter ants everywhere. I got a whole colony of them.